It's time.
It's time.
As I mentioned previously, looking at our leaderboards, it is me and Morgeson at top with 18.5 points. Nick Federa not too far behind at 17. The Game On crew, I actually have not done the tallies for them yet, so I will join them in week 3.
What was our week 2? What was our records? Do you have them or no?
So I went, let's see, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games correct. 3 games that were a split, like if I said no cover and they actually covered. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 games that I flat out lost. Nick Federa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games correct. 1, 2, 3 games that, were a split.
Didn't cover.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that were a loss.
Ouch.
And what were mine?
Nick Morgeson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that were a loss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that were a win, including your lock. That's where you got the additional point to tie with me. And then 2 games that were split.
Ugh, God, it was a bad week all around. Spreads were few and
You're
far.
telling me I'm fucking winning in third place.
Johnny Montalbano from Game On, didn't he go like 3-10 in terms of spreads this last week?
I think he said it was 5-11. 5-11.
Yeah, it's just a rough spot. It's just a rough start. He's usually good at this stuff.
But there's some close spreads this week though. I'm looking at already.
Yeah, I've got to give it a good thought what my bench lock is going to be. But let's get right into it. We begin Thursday Night Football tonight. The Steelers will travel over to Cleveland to take on the Browns in an AFC North matchup. The Browns, despite their collapse against the Jets last week, are still a -4 favorite.
Now, I'm going to work under the assumption, and call me a fool if you wish, that the Browns can shrug this off. And being that it's at home, I'm going to take the money.
I actually am going to agree with Nick Federa. They still have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They still have a great defensive unit. The Steelers under Mitch Trubisky, I know they still have Najee and Deontay Johnson, but TJ Watt being out really hurts their defense. And just, I don't know, they just look like a meh team to me. I know the division all around looked meh last week, but I'm going to take the home team on this one. I'm going to take the money. I'm going to go Browns.
This game is weird because you have both sides that have injury issues, weird issues. Both teams are not the best offense. I mean, Jacoby Brissett and Mitchell Trubisky. Who thought this would get a Thursday Night Football bid on Amazon Prime?
Not me.
If TJ Watt was playing, I would have a different thought about this game because I think that, again, being one of the lead defensive players, I think he would have put Jacoby Brissett to bed a few times. But I was close. But I'm going to stay on the favorite and take it.
All right, so we are going all around on that one. Moving on now to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. Here's a game I have my eye on. It's the Bills and the Dolphins.
How is this not in prime time?
Because dumb. That's why. The Bills are a -6 favorite, by the way.
This is tough.
This is going to be an offensive battle.
Wow.
This is going to be a shootout, I think.
I don't know how to. This one is going to take some time to figure out.
I think I still want to go with the Bills. They still are technically the Super Bowl favorites, or one of the Super Bowl favorites.
The Bills have a better defense. It's a matter of, can Miami keep up?
And can they play well in the the Bills are a cold environment team. Can they play well against Tua and Tyreek in the warmer weather environment?
It's the same thing with the Patriots. We said that last week.
Right.
I'm going to go with the Bills because, again, I like the Dolphins, but this is the true litmus test for the Bills are the Bills.
But are they going to cover? I still don't know if they're going to cover though. I think this could be a close game.
I think they will. To be honest with you, I think they can.
I'm going to take the safer route. I'm going to go no cover.
I mean, I think someone's going to win by a few touchdowns. I don't know who. This is a tough one. I think the Bills, just because look at what they did to the Titans, 41 points. I mean, their offense is on fire. Now, I know they were playing the Titans, and the only offensive threat was Derrick Henry, pretty much. But the Bills are going to be a hot team this year. I'm taking them on.
All right. Moving on to the Bengals and the Jets. I've been tempted to use my lock on this one, but they let me down with the lock last week that I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to say, take the money.
Yeah, I mean, this is as simple as it gets. There's no analysis needed.
Yeah, take the money. The Bengals are struggling, but still take the money.
If they don't play well against the Jets, they are going to have 1,000 more questions.
I mean, if the Jets win this game, I will come back and say, fine, the Jets might have a little more respect than I thought.
I'm going to hold you to that.
If the Bengals lose to the Jets, disrespect them.
Disrespect the Bengals.
The Raiders are traveling over to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Raiders are only a 2.5 favorite.
See,
this is not even. We don't even really need to talk about this game, do we?
We shouldn't have to.
The Titans are a disappointment. They were just getting blown out, but they got blown out by Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. But Jalen Hurts actually did look good. But yeah, take the money.
I think Derek Carr is going to be very angry that he lost the game last week.
You guys are making it hard. I am looking at that Chiefs-Colts game, but that Chiefs -6.5 line is scaring me. You know what? Lock. This is going to
be this is your lock?
This is going to be my lock. Raiders over the Titans.
Damn.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's only a 2.5 point line.
No, it's interesting. I thought this line was going to be larger, to be honest with you.
I was also looking at the Broncos and the 49ers as possibly another one, but
that's the one I was possibly looking at too.
But I just don't know. The Titans look so weak, and we still have that Carr Adams connection still looks good. I know the Raiders are 0-2, but the Titans are 0-2 as well, and they look like doo-doo.
Damn.
Saints and the Panthers. The Saints a 2.5 point favorites. Trash game. Let me just say that. Trash game.
Well, the Saints are the better team, obviously.
Yeah, I'll go take the money.
The bar is low, and Jameis can probably hurdle through that in his sleep, so I'm taking the money.
Even though he tried to play hero last week with an injury.
It's the Panthers, dude.
No. I'm just saying that Jameis tried to play hero last week by not actually sitting down. But yeah, take the money. The Panthers and Baker Mayfield are a disgrace.
All right. Now we move on to the Ravens, a 2.5 point favorite at the Patriots. They are going to be traveling up to Foxborough.
Now, is Lamar hurt?
Last I checked, he is. The expectation is he will play on Sunday. I haven't seen anything that says he's in danger.
What did I say about Lamar? Lamar better make it through the season healthy if he wants that large contract. He took a risk by not signing a contract before the season. Now, the Patriots...
Now, technically, neither of the Ravens or Lamar's fault when the Browns dumped that big bag of what the fuck on Deshaun Watson.
So, I'm going to... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to say that the Patriots are going to upset the Ravens.
Oh,
what?
Going with a Foxborough special.
It's in Foxborough, and the Patriots have got to feel pretty damn good about themselves, and the Ravens have got to be. The defense has got to be kicking themselves right now. So
the defense
I'm going to ride the hot hand and take the Patriots.
I will give some credit to Nick Federa's argument. The defense of the Ravens, remember it was just a couple of years ago, they were one of the best in the NFL. Their injuries have eaten at them to the point where it can't stop a pass.
Yeah, but Mac Jones has got to make the passes.
Who would have thought them not having Hollywood Brown would actually...
It's not the fact that they don't have Hollywood Brown. The defense choked last week.
Exactly.
But wait, Mac Jones has got to be able to make the passes, though.
I'm just saying, I don't trust this Ravens defense to stop him.
All right, Nick Morganson, you are the decider. You are the split decider.
Oh God, is this the first split decision of the year?
I don't know.
The first one that falls on you.
The first one that falls on you, yeah.
I don't like Mac Jones. Mac Jones kind of scares me a little bit, and he was kind of off and on hurt. I'm staying on the course with the Ravens.
Going up to Minnesota, the Lions and the Vikings. The Vikings are -6 favorites.
Oh God, you really. And for those of you who are privy to my group text this past Monday, this
About
past
Kirk
Monday
Cousins.
night, where I
Your father made me laugh.
where I basically regaled the tales about how my father is basically the mortal enemy of Kirk Cousins. Kirk, you disappoint me. You disappoint my family. So you know what? I'm just the fact that you're facing the Lions. Just the fact that I'm picking you to face the Lions is not really a reflection on how good you are. It's how bad the Lions are.
So here's but the Lions have put up good fights in the last couple of weeks, and the Lions
Yeah, I was
beat the
gonna
Commanders.
say.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is a great player.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Vikings. I'm going to go middle. Vikings, I'm not going to cover.
I'm not taking that cover either.
This is going to be interesting. Can Kirk Cousins actually come out and win a game?
Well, I mean, it's not on prime time. Maybe that's what happened last week. It was his weakness. It's Monday night.
He's one of the worst primetime players I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
As much as I want to go against the grain and take the Lions, we're talking about Jared Goff. Jared Goff is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I have him in fantasy, by the way.
So why not go in the middle with us? Vikings no cover.
Because I don't think it's going to be that type of game. I think
the Vikings are going to cover.
I think the Vikings are going to cover. Justin Jefferson needs to come out and have a touchdown party. Because
I wish I had the kind of faith you did.
I'm just telling you, because Justin Jefferson.
Faith you do, I should say.
Justin Jefferson looked like shit on Monday Night Football.
It doesn't help when Kirk Cousins is playing like shit, though.
Dude, he dropped a few passes on Monday Night Football.
He dropped a few passes, but you know what? Let's not make this episode any longer than it is just debating about Kirk Cousins.
Take the money!
Take the money. Eagles traveling down to Washington for an NFC East matchup with the Commanders. Take the and money. Oh, is this your lock?
This is my lock as well. This is your bench lock.
Yeah, this one is as easy as it gets. I mean, the Commanders have not looked great. Carson Wentz, I think he's going to falter to the pressure of playing against his former team.
He looked okay week 1, but Jalen Hurts was basically out there just slinging it on Monday. So.
You know what? I have to admit where the respect is due. Jalen Hurts is actually playing well.
He's looked fantastic.
He and AJ Brown are a great combination.
Yes, and another guy I have. But basically, that dude is going to be great for a couple of years. I'm telling you, they look great offensively. They even look good defensively on some fronts.
Mm-hmm. So take the money. The only reason I'm not going with this one as a lock is I guess I would rather the Raiders Titans have an opportunity where a field goal is a cover. This one, they're going to have to do a touchdown. I think it's very possible against the Commanders.
I just think Carson Wentz is not good under pressure at all.
Oh yeah, it's Carson Wentz against his old team.
His line of sight when it comes to pressure. Look what happened last year with him and the Colts.
Yeah, I guess with me, it's just you can't trust these divisional matchups so much.
Take the money.
Take the money.
Because him under pressure is like me taking an algebra exam. we go to pieces. We collapse like a flan in a cupboard.
Chiefs against the Colts. The Chiefs are a 6.5-point favorite. Vegas has lost a lot of faith in the Colts, and I don't blame them. Take that damn money.
Take the damn money.
Money!
Hey, how's some crap for you to wrap up the 1 o'clock slate?
Oh.
Texans at the Bears. -3 favorite is Chicago.
Oh.
Again, I'll take the Bears, but it's not a reflection on how good the Bears are doing. It's that the Texans are basically just a nondescript.
The Texans are just there in the NFL.
By the way, we do need to talk about one headline that happened with Justin Fields. I don't know if you guys saw this story after the game, but Justin Fields basically made a statement saying fans are not putting the work in after their loss. Did you guys? And basically, it went around social media that he was apparently disrespecting Bears fans,
which give them something to cheer about, and they'll cheer. Goddamn.
But I saw this trending around on social media. I'm like, why the fuck would you make a statement about the fans?
His career is going to end very quickly, Justin Fields. He is playing like utter garbage. Now, the team around him itself is also utter garbage. But, I mean, if you were the Texans, though, and you hold the Broncos to just, it was 16-9. You know what? I'm going to do a fuck it pick. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going with an upset. I'm going Texans over Bears.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Just to clarify.
Do you believe in the Davis Mills experience?
Oh,
not
God.
so much that I give it. Not so much that I believe in that. I just hate I just don't like what the Bears are putting out on the field. And that Justin Fields comment, I want karma. Like how karma hit the Browns, I want karma to hit Justin Fields this week.
First of all, the Davis Mills experiment sounds like an experimental jazz band that plays up.
It's they opened for JD in the Straight Shots.
JD in the Straight Shot, and it's basically just all acoustic covers of Dave Matthews songs.
But just to clarify what Fields said, yeah, it hurts more in the locker room than Bears fans. At the end of the day, they aren't putting in any work. I see the guys in the locker room every day. I see how much work they put in. Coming out of a disappointing loss like this, it hurts. No pun intended. And then basically he walked it back afterwards. I think a few days later, he said, yeah, I was mad after the game. I'd like to address this now to get everything cleared up. There was a thing I said on Sunday after the game where I said the fans don't put the work in. Don't put in work. First off, I was frustrated after the game. Number one, I didn't want to talk to you guys. I wasn't in the mood to come and talk to you guys. So I should have done a better job of explaining what I meant by that.
Which is... Please don't pay attention to the fact that I put my foot in my mouth.
All right, Nick Ferguson, you got to do a split pick here.
Mills versus... this is such a... You're right. This is such a fuck it pick. I don't even know where to land. I don't know. Have the Texans won a game yet, or are they...
They are 0-1-1.
Oh, yeah, they had the tie. That's right.
The Bears are 1-1, I think. They won it. They won a very sloppy game against San Fran.
Oh, the slop fest.
Hold on, let me double check the Bears schedule for this year so far. So
yeah, they had the slop fest in San Francisco.
They had the slop fest at home against San Fran that they won 19-10, and then they got their butts spanked by the Packers on Sunday Night Football last week. As
bad as the Bears are, I don't know. The Texans are worse, in my opinion. So I'm just because it's a home game for the Bears. I'm just going to lean based on a pickup.
You'll just take the money.
Yeah.
As for Nick Federa, by the way, he wakes up in the morning. that is Davis Mills is singing.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
All right. It is time for the 4:00 slate of games, and we begin with our no-line pick'em. The Jaguars at the Chargers. This should be an easy take the money pick. However, again, the questions surround, will Justin Herbert play in week 3, dealing with his ribs injuries that he suffered last week on Thursday Night Football against the Chiefs?
This is interesting because if Herbert doesn't play, this game is a lot closer than it should be.
Correct. But for the sake of our line right now, where we have a no-line pick'em, it's an easy Chargers pick, but we'll see if a line actually comes out. But I think the Chargers are still going to win the game regardless.
I mean,
yeah, I think so too.
I think we're all leaning on the Chargers at this point, but we just don't know what the line's going to be.
So we can't do a take the money.
Yeah, because we don't know the line.
So no. We do need a replacement sound effect. So
a reverse cash register.
If only we could do that.
I wish. I can make that happen after.
Of course.
Maybe.
Let's do here's a replacement sound effect.
Congratulations, Dickweeds.
Oh.
You have no line, Dickweeds.
Oh, God. What is happening?
The Rams are playing the Cardinals in Arizona. The Rams are a -4 favorite.
That line should be a lot bigger than it actually is.
I agree. The Cardinals are not playing great.
Be careful what you wish for. The Rams didn't cover.
You know what? I like the line as it is because the Rams didn't cover last week. But the Cardinals also don't exactly look great. They got away with murder last week against Las Vegas. You know what? Take that money.
Nick?
I'm taking the money too.
Take the money.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is no doubt taking money.
Very small line, very interesting matchup. It's Brady versus Rodgers again. It's
I would
Packers traveling to Tampa.
I would tell everybody to stay away from this game from the line.
The irascible force meets the unvaccinated object.
I actually am going to agree with Nick Morganson. If you have the opportunity to stay away from this game in terms of betting, stay away because the Buccaneers look iffy. The Packers had a good game last week, but it was against the Bears, and we still don't know if who the true wide receiver number one over there is. I would stay away. Just for the fact the game's in Tampa Bay. Actually, no. Mike Evans is suspended. Godwin and Jones are big question mark. You know what?
I'm taking the Packers too.
I'm going to upset. I'm going Packers.
I'm going upset city. I'm taking the pack. The unvaccinated object meets the irascible force.
The one thing that if I had to throw a monkey wrench into this whole thing, the Packers wide receiver situation is a shit show.
Yeah,
right now.
But again, what's to say about the Buccaneers and their receiving situation?
No, but I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers did a horrible thing the past week, basically calling out his wide receivers in the media, which I thought was a horrible move, by the way.
That was bad.
Is Alan Lazard back on the field? I don't know.
It's leaning like, they're making the effort that he's going to be.
So if Alan Lazard plays, that definitely helps in the Packers' favor. I also think Jones, you said Julio Jones is probably doubtful for the Bucs.
I'll double check. Alan Lazard, I want to see his status.
Because I think Schefter, one of them, announced it. But this is going to be.
Alan Lazard was limited in practice on Wednesday, so I would say he's questionable, but he is looking to play on Sunday. Julio Jones did not practice due to his knee.
Yeah, he's probably going to be out. And with Mike Evans being out, that's two wide receivers.
Godwin and Gage are still question marks.
Godwin is more than a question mark. I think he's like doubtful.
Still hurt, yeah.
So if that's
Gage
the case,
is going to be your wide receiver one.
Yeah, so if that's the case and Alan Lazard plays, then I'm going to go with you guys and go against the points.
All right. How about trash in the 4:00 slate of games? Falcons and Seahawks in Seattle. You know what? Just for the simple fact that Seattle beat Denver, and it's a home game just like that one was, and the Falcons are, they're kind of like little kids because you have to be constantly aware because all the choking hazards that surround them.
Well, and also Gino didn't look good last week though. But
Gino didn't look good last week, but 28-3 will haunt this team until the heat death of the universe. So therefore,
take the money, I say.
I mean, yeah, the Falcons, like the Texans, are one of the worst teams in football. This is not even close. No one wants to see Marcus Mariota money.
How about this for Sunday Night Football? The Broncos hosting the 49ers.
Oh, God.
So Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be facing Russell Wilson. So, yeah, take the money.
I'll say take the money. I think it'll be a little more competitive since Jimmy G is out there and actually has been performing pretty well after that emergency, coming last week.
This is going to be the battle of the throwing yards in this game.
Absolutely.
Because Trey Lance, if anyone knows Trey Lance better than the three of us do, he basically, 85% of the time was rushing the ball on the ground or running it himself. That's how he got hurt, by the way. Hitting a linebacker and his feet getting pinned under him. Yeah, I think it's going to be a cover. I think it's going to be close, but I think the Broncos hopefully will cover, or maybe a certain hack will cause it to not be great.
And then, last but not least, Monday Night Football. The Giants, who are 2-0, and actually, they sent a message to season ticket holders. They want a whiteout because they'll be wearing their Color Rush uniforms as they take on how about them Cowboys.
This is tough.
I really
don't do it.
The Giants are the favorite at -3.
Yeah, because
how many points did the Cowboys score last week?
Did they have a touchdown last week?
I want to say 17.
They had their first touchdown last week too.
Yeah, against the freaking Bengals.
Okay, so you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go with my heart and say take the money.
Oh,
I'm gonna say we're going to go 3-0, and that in no way is going to bite me in the ass later.
I see Nick Morganson shaking his head, so I'm going to be the split vote.
I'm going to say it right now.
Don't bite me in the ass later, please.
I'm going to say it right now. The Giants got very lucky the first 2 weeks, beating the Titans because of their faulty kicker who can't put one through the uprights. They probably shouldn't have won this past week. They were trailing for the first half. Daniel Jones is. You're not going to see 3 comebacks. You get lucky 2 games, and it's not going to happen. I'm going against the spread and taking the Cowboys.
You know what I'm going to do? I don't even know what I'm going to do because I this is one of those games where it's like I could go against the Giants because you know what? Their first half schedule is very weak. They're getting games against the Bears and the Falcons coming up, which should be wins in that department. But the Cowboys are kind of weaker, but you know, they still have their weapons. And I think CeeDee Lamb's trying to get back. They still have Zeke. Cooper Rush actually was pretty decent. And you guys know me, despite the fact that it's 2-0, I'm still not a fan of Daniel Jones. I still want him off this team. Kenny Galladay has cleared out his locker. It seems like he doesn't want to be a part of this team. You know what I'm going to do? You two are gonna call me chicken shit for this. I'm going another middle. I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm not going to take the money. I am not going to take the money. I think it'll be a 1-point game.
In a pick'em? Wait, in a pick'em game, you're not going to take a. It's a pick'em game.
-3.
Yeah, three and lower is a pick'em game.
I thought it was 2.5 and lower.
No, it's 3 and lower. 3 and lower is a pick'em game.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
I want to debate that.
Why?
I could have sworn it was 2.5.
I mean, I'll look it up.
There would be a pick. There would be a PK if it was that.
I'm looking it up now. I don't know. We'll find it afterwards. But I was always told 3 points and lower is a pick'em game.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to take the chicken shit way out of it. I'm going to root for my Giants, but I'm going to say no cover. So that way, even if the Cowboys win, I still get something out of this.
Wow. That's not the answer I was expecting.
Covering all the bases. I respect
Exactly. Cover my front and my back.